Hey, this is Matt from InvestiQuant. Today is Wednesday, February 24th, 2021. And this morning we saw the markets gap down and consolidate early on. We had a fairly choppy open and then broke out to the upside. Since then, it's been off to the races and the markets have been trending higher ever since we got that breakout above the opening range high from this morning. And this trend day is coming on the heels of what has been some recent selling activity. So what I want to do this afternoon is take a look at that type of price action where you get a sell-off the prior day down to recent lows that then is followed up by a trend day to the upside. So let me hop into Discover and set this pattern up. We're going to be using all four instruments for this. The setup is going to be based upon entering the market long at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, exiting at the close of regular trading hours, which is 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, to build out this pattern, I'm going to go into the post-open filters, and I'm going to say that the open was in the bottom 25% of the range, so that is in the open versus intraday range section. I'm going to hit equals next to open and bottom 25% of the intraday range. Then I'm going to say the close is in the top 25% of the intraday range. So that means we're opening near the lows, we're trading near the highs at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, I also want to put a little context around what has happened the past few days. So yesterday we made a 10-day low, and I'm going to add that in the price pattern section in the next library below. But before that I do that, I also want to add that we are currently trading above yesterday's high, and we're trading above the high from Monday. So to do that, I'm going to go in here and put equals next to above high from 2 days ago. Since today is Wednesday, that means that will be referencing Monday's high. And then I'm also going to hit equals next to the intraday close is above the prior day high. So we've taken out recent highs and we've got a trend day forming. And I've built that pattern here in Discover now. Now, the next thing I want to add is the price pattern from the daily section here that says yesterday made a 10-day low. So we've come off the lows and we're now trading above these recent highs. So in the new lows section, I'm going to do day after the lowest low of the past 10 days. So that means yesterday made the lowest low of the past 10 days. I've hit equals there. And then lastly, I'm going to put us above a 200-day simple moving average and click view results. And here we go. These are the results of going long at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, exiting at the close of regular trading hours, which is 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time, when the prior day made a 10-day low. It is followed up by a trend day that is trading above the prior day's high and the high from 2 days ago. So it has taken out a couple days worth of highs, and that is going into the close at 3 p.m. It is trading above those levels. This has taken place above a 200-day simple moving average. Now, historically, the S&P has seen this pattern take place 30 times, the NASDAQ 27, the Dow 28, and the Russell only 13. And if you look at the win rates on them, they're all very neutral. And honestly, I looked at several different variations of patterns, and they all came in somewhat similar to what we're seeing here, where there really was not a strong bias to continue higher or necessarily to break down from here. The majority of them that I looked at looked similar to this. Some of them were a little bit weak, but honestly, most of the stuff I was looking at was very mixed, like we're seeing here, where the win rates are hovering right around 50%. So you've got 53% in the S&P, the Dow, and the Russell, with the NASDAQ at 48%. So really not a whole lot to glean from those statistics. If you look at the average win and average loss, the average win in the S&P a little bit stronger than the average loss, but they're pretty similar in size for the NASDAQ, for the Dow, and the Russell. So really, this pattern has been quite mixed. It's not showing a strong bias as we approach the close, and this was similar to several of the other patterns that I examined before doing this video. So unfortunately, I don't have a strong bias to show you, but maybe it's helpful to know that there's not a real strong bias based on the pattern that's there today. So hopefully you found that helpful. Good luck, and we will see you next time.